A very warm welcome and a very happy Christmas to all of you from Love Vocals Nation. My name's Antonia, and I'm here with my co-host, Linnea Schossow, and we're wishing you a very happy Christmas.
Finally, I can hear some.
Oh God, I can hear you. It's amazing. Hello.
Right. That was annoying. How are you?
I'm fine. Should I wear the hat? Should I not wear the hat?
Yes. I thought we were gonna be like.
I thought I'll put a bit of tinsel on. I thought.
Yeah.
Why
I love
not?
that.
I thought a bit of tinsel. I'm not a hat person at all. I look absolutely shit in hats. I'm just see. I'm not even any good with hats. Hold on a second.
I love it. But tinsel is good too. You know, you can have the tinsel around your head or whatever.
Have the tinsel around my head. I don't think so. Hold on. Hello, Santa.
Oh yes.
How's
Fabulous.
that? Is that fabulous?
Santa lady.
I love it. Fabulous lady. Love it. So we have been away for a very long time, haven't we, Linnea?
Yes, we have indeed.
So look, I've got a little hello little tinkle bell on the back. just for extra, you know, as usual.
Yes.
Okay. So
I bought this hat specifically for the.
Did you? I love it. It's so cool. You look so good.
Like I need to look festive, you know.
I did. I thought I was going to put a festive background on, and then I put it on, and it looked fantastic. And then it just
maybe I should do that too.
Yeah. Well, here's mine, but I looked a bit anemic. But I thought I'll give it a go. So here. You ready?
I
for
like
this?
the one that you had the other.
That's the one I had. I thought, you know, I'll put it back on. Maybe you should put it on as well, right?
Ah, this one.
See this one?
Okay. Yes, let's do this one. All right. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Welcome to our very special holiday episode of Love Vocals Nations, your favorite behind-the-scene podcast. Woo!
Ho, ho, ho! Away we go! Today, we will dive into some of the best topics and moments from this year's interviews and some of the biggest artists in the music industry.
But before we dive into some of the tasty clips, let's go down the history lane of how Love Vocals Nation actually came together. So it started 12 years ago. Antonia, tell the story of the VSA. How did it get started?
Yeah, so the VSA got started, as Linnea said, 12 years ago. And we had a moment of inspiration when we decided that there was not any kind of community out there for vocalists and songwriters.
Yeah.
So there was obviously Facebook, and we decided to create a private group there. And we were astonished that within 4 days, we had 64 professional vocalists and songwriters had joined up with our group. And everybody was talking, so excited to be connected rather than out there on their own. And then within a year, we had almost at one point 450 members.
Professional members. It's a high.
It was VIP bevy. That's what it was.
Everyone in the music industry that you could ever imagine.
Right.
Yes,
Jumped in there, got talking, and it was quite amazing what came up, because suddenly everybody was connected. And we have been going ever since, and our objective was always to change standards positively for vocalists and songwriters within the music industry. And that is our mission, and that is what we continue to do today. So what we've done over the last 12 years, we have literally talked to pretty much all of them. We've gathered loads of information, loads of things that they want to change within the industry. And we have kind of put it all together and created a brand new music industry platform. So we created what we call a multiverse for the music industry and for creators within the industry. You can do anything that you ever wanted to do within the industry in that platform, in a safe environment, with standards, and with people who are there to support you on your journey.
Yes, this platform is actually created by creators.
Created by creators.
That we really, really care about what's going on. Yeah. And we are making sure that you are getting educated and have fun when you are collaborating together.
Yeah, and make sure that before you walk into any contracts or jump into any collaborations, you are tooled up with the right gear to make sure that it's the best experience you could ever possibly imagine.
That's right. I am so excited for 2024.
I am so excited.
I can't wait for you guys to see it. And we're launching this in early 2024. Right. So there you have it, folks. 2024. How can I say that? Fuck.
2024. Say it with me. 2024.
We're going to keep this. I don't give a
shit. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. Right. Next, let's move.
So, me and Antonia, we started this podcast for us to have a place where people could share their amazing musical story, but also a place where truth was shared and a place where you could get educated about what and what not to do if you're involved in the music industry.
I think you're right there, Linnea, and I think that what we now are trying to do is kind of out a lot of the myths, a lot of the stuff that gets hidden, and that people feel uncomfortable sharing. But there's a lot of really, and no one likes to talk about bad things. No one likes to talk about negative stuff, but there's a lot of negative stuff going on out there. And our objective is to let you know the truth. And True Talk, which is what our kind of talk aspect to Love Vocals Nation is going to be, is a lot of vocalists, producers, DJs, and all aspects of the music industry coming together and sharing their experiences of what's been happening along the way. But I think one of the most important topics that seems to be getting talked about at the moment is why we being vocalists and songwriters are at the bottom of the food chain, and why, considering that we are without creators, without producers, without vocalists, without songwriters, without composers, there is no music industry. And yet we are treated so poorly. Unless we're at the top, unless we're like really like number one, we're not treated well. And what's happening is a lot of people are just not making money these days, even the people at the top. So we want to know where that money's going.
Yeah. This place is for the music lovers, that love to hear a little bit more about your favorite artists. And this is for the singers, the songwriters, the producers, we are opening it up here and talk about what really matters. And we are so glad that you're here with us because we are here to not only talk about what's really important, but also have a little bit of fun.
Yeah. And really, Love Vocals Nation is about bringing more awareness to what we do, what happens for us, and our experiences within the music industry.
That's right. It's so easy to, be alone there. Like the music industry world is very big and lonely sometimes, and you think that you're going through something on your own, but actually there's a group of people that are going through the same thing, and that's why we came together. We wanted to stand up and be there for each other, united.
Yeah, and that is why we have been away for the last few months, but we thought, we got very sick over the last 5 weeks, both of us, which I thought was was a bit odd, Linnea, considering I'm in Detroit, you're in Ireland, we're nowhere near each other, and we're suffering the same stuff. I don't know what that's all about.
I sent a dove to you, with my germs.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thought germs. Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of things been happening. We've been working really hard in background. Yeah. We've been sick, but we're back. My voice is back. So yay, happy days.
Yay. And by the way, I've got to jump in and say, all you producers out there who have been dying for Linnea's vocals, please be patient. She has been stressing so much about you. And
seriously,
she so has. And she's going to get round to it, I promise. But you know what? See these vocals you're sitting waiting for now? When this platform comes out, you'll be waiting no longer.
That's right. Yeah, no, there's nothing worse when your instrument is your voice and you have so much work to do. But you can't force it. If you force it, it's going to sound like, well, crap.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, you just have to deal with it. And yeah, it is what it is. But hey, I'm back. So
She's back.
Ready to rumble again.
She's back. Yay.
Yes. Right. So, yeah. It's been really exciting what we've been doing in the background, but we're going to continue the Love Vocals Nation podcast, and it's going to be monthly, so stay with us. We're going to go and talk to some of the biggest heroes in the music industry. But talking about heroes in the music industry, we've been talking with some amazing, incredible singers, songwriters, and producers over the year. So I think it's time we dive into some of the best highlights of the years. We have had guests on such as Jess, Amanda Wilson, Susie Ledge, Mark Sixma, Marcella Detroit, Sean Tyas, Alyssa,
and Kieran McCauley.
That's right. There we go.
So, without further ado, let's get going. One hot topic this year has been contracts, and it's an important topic to touch on because there are so many of us out there that's been in the music industry for years and don't understand what's actually in a contract. So we're going to take a look and pay attention and make sure that your rights are protected. And we're going to talk a lot more about that and various other topics, safety and protection in the industry as the year progresses.
That's right. So why has this topic been so important on this podcast? Maybe you ask yourself. Well, it's important to educate yourself. It really is, because, I mean, I've been in the industry for 15 years, and sometimes I get contracts and I don't understand them. I still don't. Really, it's embarrassing, but it's true. So it's an important topic because, well, you never know if one of your songs becomes a mega hit and gets millions or even billions of streams and buys. And nothing breaks your heart more than knowing that you signed away your rights or your well-earned royalties and you end up with nothing, right? So this is why we talk about it. And let's hear some of the artists that has something to say about contracts, because listen up, it's really important advice and really good learnings. So let's check it out. This is the first clip.
It sort of happened early on.
Mhm.
And a couple of things, because I had bands and I did a lot of, before I was even in dance music, I had my own band and I did a lot of other songs and things with other people, not in dance music. But, and I'd always had my name on things, just, it was a given, you know?
Yeah.
So when I first did my first things, and it was on a big label and I had a contract, I had in the contract, my name was going to be on the record, and it was actually came out on CD.
Right.
And so I thought I had, you know, all my bases covered. And then the CD comes out and my name is nowhere in sight.
Ooh,
It's the single. Yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
ouch.
yeah, so it was, that was really eye-opening, but I didn't let them get away with it.
Yes.
That's right.
Excellent.
And
You go, girl.
I know. And I made them, I went back and I fought it and I made them sticker all of the CDs with my name.
Brilliant.
Ah,
That's brilliant.
nice.
And it wasn't, you know, easy. And it cost me a lot of money, you know, at the time. And, but I was, you know, I remember, I think, you know, like, it's like traumatic almost. Like it's, it was traumatic because I just assumed that, that it would be on.
So, you know, just kind of like feeding off of what we've just heard there, I think one of the things that really pops up for me is when she says it was really traumatic. And I think that's what we hear from a lot of people, because if you think about it, Linnea, I mean, you've said this yourself, you know, when we write a song, we're actually like, it's our baby. It's like our child. It's so important. And to suddenly, you know, give birth to that baby. Sorry, I know that sounds a bit weird, but to give birth to that baby, and then suddenly for the baby to be taken away from you.
Yeah.
And I say it as dramatically as that purely because that's the impact.
Yep.
To suddenly get erased from the equation is like, it's traumatic.
So traumatic.
Yeah, and it's traumatic. So, you know, I really felt for her there. What did you think?
Yeah, those stories kind of hurts a lot. The thing is that a lot of people learn only when they get burned. That's the thing. And they only take action to protect themselves after you have been burned.
Right.
And that is something that we are going to try to change with this new platform. And yeah, there's more. So let's look at on another clip here.
Okay.
We have more people talking about contracts. So let's
check it out.
Yeah.
Do you use collaboration contracts?
I haven't, no.
You don't? Okay.
No.
So how do you keep yourself contractually safe?
I don't know. It's probably very childish for me. It's I don't like paperwork for a start, you know, and I leave my tax returns until like the last week of Christmas, and it does my head in. I'm stressed out, and anytime things come in, emails, I'm like, oh, I'll get to it, and I'm just very lackadaisy with these sort of things. I don't collect my I don't do all the singer-songwriter licensing and stuff, and even working with my last vocalist, Hannah.
Right.
She's been at me, Kieran, you need to be signing off all the tracks that you play at your festivals. You know, you should be claiming these things. I'm like, oh, I will. And I just I just don't like paperwork. I don't know whether it's because I'm dyslexic. I just want to make music. It's a very childish way to look at things, and these are things I should be doing. So
okay.
So I should be doing the contracts. I know, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I mean, this isn't a right or wrong. It's just, again, one of the things we're trying to kind of alert people to is this way to keep themselves safe, because there's been so many. This is because we at the BSA, you know, we're constantly hearing from vocalists and some producers, you know, who have had really bad experiences. So it's about kind of informing them and saying, hey, look, we actually have contracts set out for people. If they want them, they can come and get them for free. But it starts to, it keeps people together. It keeps the collaborative process healthy. And, you know, we absolutely love Kieran. We love Kieran.
We do.
But this is something that we hear quite often, and it's not out of any malice or stupidity or any of that stuff. It's purely because A, people are really busy, B, or they don't like paperwork, or C, they don't understand paperwork, or they just don't actually have the understanding of industry business, industry acumen, or basically the industry doesn't actually make it a standard. So at the moment, having a collaboration contract is something that's enormously important, but people don't even talk about it or think that it's an important thing. So we want to change that. We want it to be mandatory, and we want it to be mandatory for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah. So the thing is that, as you mentioned, there isn't really a good place to educate yourself. There isn't a school of how to read a contract in the music industry. And I think, when you are a passionate musician, could be a songwriter, a singer, a producer, you just want to do music, right? So you're just excited for that part. So when that contract part comes up, that's like annoying little thing in the background that you have to pay attention, and you really don't have time, as you say, to look at it. And so you think it's not really that important until you have a really big hit, and suddenly you need to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And you never know if you have a hit, you can never tell. But we want to make sure that there is a place for you to get educated. Yeah.
Well,
and we're launching that place.
Yeah. Well, no, we are. I think getting educated is one of the most important things within the industry, because I think if everybody was a little more educated, then there would be less people getting burned, less people have been traumatized, less people falling out, after they've made an amazing track together. And I genuinely believe that music industry, certainly collaboration contracts, should be mandatory.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's so many hits out there that became really, really big, have billions and millions of listeners, and they didn't have a contract in place when they started to collaborate. And now there's, bad beef between people for unnecessary things,
Well, it is. It's unnecessary, and
in
actual fact, imagine you've done a track with somebody and it does become a #1 hit, but you don't speak to each other for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, and that's how sad. How sad is that?
It's really sad. It's been happening to me myself, and I know a couple of really high-end singer-songwriters out there, and even producers. That has been going through that. So, the topic of contract is something that we will touch on. We will have some educational videos and things coming up for anyone to understand what and what not to do.
Right.
So stories like these that we just see now doesn't come up in the future. So that everybody is just protected and feel happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a creative industry. It should all be about fun and good vibes, and create an amazing music. But we want sustainability. We want to really promote sustainability, keeping us, Linnea's just said, keeping people safe.
Absolutely. By the way, I say absolutely way too many times, so we should do a drinking game.
You say absolutely, and I go brilliant so many times.
I'm so tired of my own voice sometimes.
I'm gonna actually, I swear to God, right? You need to get a T-shirt with absolutely, and I'll get one with brilliant on.
Oh my God! I hear myself, and I'm like, did I just say that? Yes, I did. I'm like, oh. Anyways. Everyone take a shot every time I say absolutely in a podcast, and I promise you loads of times. So
Right,
you will
okay,
get plenty of drunk.
All right. So then you go,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Sorry for that.
Yeah, guys and
Right.
girls out there. So basically the bottom line to this is please, 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 if you don't understand about music contracts, please come to us. If you don't understand about music contracts, please go to our platform when it launches in 2024 and sign up to a workshop and do yourself a favor. That's all I can say.
Yes, exactly.
Give yourself a belated Christmas gift.
That's right. We also heard some amazing stories that we thought was really great to hear again. Okay. So let's play some of those clips. Here we go.
Here we go. Ho, ho, ho.
Okay. So
who is your favorite superhero?
God, I don't know. Maybe Superman.
Superman.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you rather vomit on your hero or have your hero vomit on you?
Vomit on my hero.
Why?
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 I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. Quite funny with things like that put me off my food. No, I'm very hard, very easily put off things, you know?
Yeah.
So
okay, so it's better.
My friend did vomit on me at cream food once.
I know.
Yeah.
So maybe you're his hero, you know?
Maybe I'm traumatized from that, you know?
Never again.
We were at cream foods, right? Well, dancing away, like probably only maybe 18. And and I was like, what the hell was that? And I started looking about, and it was so warm. And I looked up, looking at me. And what? He goes, oh man, I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh no. So,
oh,
are you still friends?
Yeah. Someone just did a trance on Friday. We can.
No way. I want to meet the vomit guy. Seriously.
The vomit guy, yeah.
So I actually met.
Did you
the vomit guy?
You actually met the vomit guy
after the podcast. Yes, I went over for ADE. No, sorry, it wasn't ADE. It was a state of trance.
Oh, state of trance. Sure. Okay.
Kieran was playing on one of the main stages, and he brought the vomit guy with him. So we met up and backstage, and we took a picture and had a good laugh. And yeah, good times.
Did you tell him that you knew the story about his?
Yeah. We were all laughing, and you know, he said, "Well, you know, we're still friends, so." Good on them.
The bit in it that really made me laugh was when he was describing the warmth of the vomit.
Yes, exactly. Oh my
God!
I was like, yeah. That's a good story. It really is a good story.
I know that was a good story.
So, if you are a listener of this podcast, you might be a music fan or singer, songwriter, producer, or even promoter. There have been some amazing tips and tricks shared with us during the year. And here's some of the best clips.
I have a Sennheiser that I use all the time. I also have a CAD, a CAD mic that I use. And I also love this Audix mic.
Yeah.
That I use for live stuff because it doesn't like feedback and it's very cool.
Yeah.
Right now I've been using this CAD mic for a while.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that tip.
Yeah. I have to, I have a lot of different mics. I mean, I will use a 57. I will use a 58. I will try. A lot of times it's the song.
Right.
You know, tells you. I mean, a nice, beautiful, clean. I mean, I love when I listen to like an Adele record or something, and I'd love to get in there and use their chain and their mic and see
I'd love that.
You know, I mean, there are some really nice mics out there.
You have a specific setup also when you're actually performing. I've seen you set up everything. So, like, any tips for those who are performing live? Like, what should you have when you're performing live?
I've actually changed it since then too.
Okay.
There's always a better way,
Yeah.
to do it. I think that dance music is the hardest, most challenging music to perform. And I've said this because it's like electronic music, and it is either detuned, a lot of the sounds that they're using, or they're like smack on,
Yeah.
it's different than singing with like a band or something. So
Yeah.
I have really good pair of ear monitors is really important. And you can never, I don't know if you find that, but you can never like really get the sound out. It's like that combination of the room and your ear monitors that you're going to be singing to. I would get, a microphone like a 57 or that Audix or something that doesn't feedback, that doesn't have. I was using like this Sennheiser beautiful mic that like Celine Dion uses, and that does not work.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
It does not work in a club because it all goes into the mic.
Oh, wow.
You're listening to like a million things in your ear.
Oh, that's got to be really off-putting.
It's really hard.
Wow.
But so now I know some people like my friend Christian Burns, he loves to listen to a lot of reverb in his vocal, so it gives him that feeling of the record and everything.
Yeah.
And that can be good for some people. I've done that. I like it to be dry and upfront and just kind of like in my face.
Yeah.
So, I take Pro Tools sometimes to record my shows so I can listen back and make notes.
Nice.
If you can, it's sometimes hard to do.
You said that.
But you learn so much if you can do that.
Absolutely.
Listen, because when you're when you're in a club and you have the energy and the loud music, you tend to sing, you sing loud.
Yes, I totally agree. Yeah, you're like, it's going wild.
And then you're like, but the thing is, I tell myself, just do not belt, don't push it out too much, get in there. Because our music, it's sort of, you want to be part of it. And
you have.
But I learned that from recording the track. So I would say, make sure you find a mic that doesn't take too much spill from the room. And sometimes that's not the nicest mic. That's why they always have these 57s and 58s in the club, because they just get what's in front of you.
Right.
All right. Let's go to
one.
the next.
Yeah.
To get inspired, I would go and listen to like rock, pop, hip hop, listen to the radio for music that I don't normally listen to. And then when I sit in the studio, obviously like it's EDM or it's like trance, like all the time. But I get influenced by others, pop singers and stuff like that, and kind of take that to one. Yeah.
I think that really helps you become unique. If you only listen to the same music that's in your genre, then it's hard to really come up with something unique.
Yeah.
Whereas if you
or
listen
you
to
end
something,
up copying somebody,
Yeah, exactly. So it's easier if you listen to something outside of your genre and then try to bring something in.
Yeah.
So I think I would recommend that to a lot of people. And also when I produce music, I try to look for samples in different genres than my own genre, for the same reason, because you come up with like samples that nobody in your scene is using, because maybe it's from a lo-fi hip hop or whatever.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Do you actually use a lot of samples yourself, or do you try to kind of create your own samples?
No, I definitely use for drums and everything. I use a lot of samples. Sometimes like multi-sample libraries for specifically for drums and percussions. So yeah, I use a lot of samples, and now especially with Splice, it's just so easy. I don't have to buy full packs. I just look for the sound and the key that I'm in, and yeah, I really learned to use the program properly, and then also to get into the more. Like I usually, when I look for a sound, I skip a few pages and then I start looking, because everybody always only looks for the first page,
I
right?
like
Because it's
that.
like
I like
All right,
that.
because okay, so where has it changed? The problem is I'm going to flip it back and say it hasn't changed, and
Okay.
this is the problem. Trance is the genre that tends to get more stale than any other genre that I've seen out
That's
there.
interesting.
And when I say stale, I don't necessarily mean it. Yeah, I do mean it in a bad way, to me anyway. But it's just guys that are making, so 90% of the guys that are making, okay, at least I'm going to speak based on 138 stuff. The progressive guys, I've got a really good thing going. And Juno Beats and all this kind of stuff, they're pushing really original sounds and ideas, and they embrace them. The 138 market,